What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Grown in Gospel, Season 1, Episode 6 review. So tonight's episode was the season finale. We don't know if it has gotten picked up for Season 2 or not. Hopefully it does, because I really enjoyed this show, and hopefully you guys did too. I drop videos Monday through Sunday, you guys. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken seriously or literally, meaning my jokes and jones. So if that works for you all, let's get into this review. But I want to remind you guys that later on today at 6 p.m. Central Time, my interview with Love and Marriage DC reality star Winter Williams drops. And it is filled with juice, you guys. I asked her all of the questions that you guys wanted answered. I literally went down the list of questions that you all left me and asked her on your guys' behalf. So your name will be dropped if you left a question. So make sure you tune in to the video. It's going to be so good. Okay, let's get into this review. So we pick up exactly where we left off last week with Tasha having her birthday celebration at the church, and Elijah comes in this grandiose fashion, honey, to make a grand entrance like he is the grand dame himself of Detroit. And he has her a pair of ankle boot Louboutins in this like glass case that he sits on the stage. And it's just like, sir, you did not have to sit that on that stage. You could have just held that in your lap, put it underneath your seat until the performance was done. But you wanted to let everybody know that you spent a stack, a little $1,000 or so on some Lubies. Girl, bye. Bye, Felijah. I ain't got time to play with him. So Tasha starts singing about friendship and ends up giving him the microphone, and he do a little ta-ta-ta on the mic. And Bree and Shana in the background telling him, "'Cause you do too much." Ad-libbing and stuff. And they end up making up, of course. They've been friends since they were kids. You know, they're not going to let anything like this, you know, ruin their friendship. But Elijah does need to learn how to speak when necessary, because every time he says something, it doesn't mean that it was necessary for the conversation or the atmosphere. Like, sometimes you could just keep it cute and on mute, okay? But you know what, y'all, and I hate to say this, and I've been fighting myself about this and struggling internally with what is going on with me here and here and here, that I think Elijah is a little sexy. Oh, God. I need some dick. And immediately, because I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. So Bree meets up with Nikki and her mom, Dorinda, so she can get help with her showcase. Dorinda gives her some vocal tools and everything, which was so nice of Miss Dorinda. Tasha meets with her dad and talks with him about, you know, not feeling wanted in her marriage and her drinking issues. She said she was drinking like 12 shots of tequila a day. Ooh, girl, your liver. Ooh, your liver, the lining of your stomach. Oh, Lord. And she says, you know, like she just wasn't happy in that situation, and how he didn't want to sleep with her when he came to her house, but then he hit her up to come to the hotel because he's so busy worried about what other people gonna think. And that's what I said to y'all in the episode when it happened, that boy was not attracted to her. He was attracted to his wife. It was very much so written all over his face. He didn't have to say a word, okay? I knew he wanted to knock them boots. He wanted to kick them Louboutins up off her feet and put on her back, okay? And I knew he wanted to have relations with his wife. He just didn't want to do it on camera because he's a pastor, and he didn't want to, I guess, seem lustful or sexual on camera in front of his congregation. But at the end of the day, it's not like this is just a random woman. This is your wife. You know what I'm saying? So her father even said that he peeped that she wasn't being treated right at the church and everything as the first lady. And, you know, we all know at this point they have divorced. So Nikki's husband, Dion, appeal was approved. So she is hoping that he will be home soon. And she's in the process of buying a home. So when he comes home, they won't still be living under her mom's house. She has stacked her money, stacked his money, and they gonna do the dang on thing. But he does get on her on the phone about her being impatient. He says that she's a very impatient person. And she was like, you don't understand what it's like being a single mom and having to juggle stuff with running my mom's, being my mom's manager and the kids and all the other things that she has to do. I wish that we would have been able to see that this season, her day to day, to see, is it really a struggle or is she just putting on for sympathy from her husband? Because I would have loved to see her juggling all of these things that she says that she has to juggle. And she also mentioned it being hard to find a barber for their son to get his hair cut because it's people that don't like him. So I'm like, what was her husband in the streets doing that barbers out here don't like him? Okay, I'll cut your son hair. Send him on over here to me. Give him a good old kulak. So we then see Shana and Elijah and Bree go dress shopping to find her something to wear at the showcase. And Shana asks Bree, is her husband Tim coming? And she was like, no, he won't be able to. He's working. No, she actually said he's working on his schedule at this point. She didn't know if he was going to be able to come. So Shana, her confession was like, she's definitely sheltering some things. She always says, I love my husband, but. And if you don't know, Bree and her husband have been married twice. They got married, broke up, and then got married again. So it seemed to me like she came to Detroit to film for the show and her husband was still back wherever they, lived. And that's why she was quote unquote there by herself. Now, I don't know if there was the same case with her mom and brother. That's what I'm thinking. Like her mom and brother came in and when she moved there to help her or whatever and filmed that scene with her because we didn't see them ever again. So I don't think that her mom and brother live in Detroit either. So Elijah wants her to be sexy, honey, and dressed like Billie Holiday. He want her to wear this big old flower on her head. Child, the flower was bigger than Bree's head. It was a no ma'am, no sir on that. Shana reminds her, however, that she is a married woman, okay? And she does need to, cover it up a little bit. Bree then lets them know that she hasn't even rehearsed with the band because everybody keeps saying they busy. And Elijah is freaking out because on the, invite, it says Elijah and Jay Brooks presents Bree Hammond. So he feels like he has so much riding on this. And I'm like, you have invested more in Bree's career this season than your own. But you keep on talking about how you're a constant professional and you're an artist. And none of your friends know what the heck you doing with your own career, child. I think that you're practicing things on Bree to see if they'll work before you do it to yourself so you won't look like a flop. I see you. So we then see Dorinda coaching Nikki through some singing lessons. And at first it was sounding a little, but then when she warmed up, I was like, okay, Nikki got a little throat on her. Okay, all right. So Nikki reveals to her mama that she's moving out and Dorinda get to shouting because I'm sure Dorinda want to throw her back out. Dorinda want her spinal, cord fixed at night. She can't be doing all that hooping and hollering with her daughter and the grandbabies in the house. Yeah, it's time for y'all to go. But Dorinda does make it clear that she hopes that if and when Dion gets out of jail that, he changes this time and that they won't have to go through this again. And I hope so. It's cute to like a thug, honey. But at some point, that thug stuff, that thug street mentality stuff is played out. You got kids, okay? That's not a good example for your children, love. You could be a bad boy without having to break the law, okay? So it's the day of the show. And Bree is in the back doing I don't know what. And Elijah's like, why aren't you out there? Because the band just sitting there. And she was like, oh, I didn't know they were ready. And it's just like, Bree, where are you? Bree, are you on planet Earth? Like everything can't be I don't know or I couldn't. And like she just act like a dodo bird. Like at first I was like, okay, I love me some Bree, and I still do. But she got to stop it with acting like a little wounded bird. Like, girl, grow up, be a woman. What you mean you didn't know if they were ready? This is your show. Hey, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let's get it. Let's go. Like, how hard is that for you to say, girl? What the? Ooh. So she get out there and she starts rehearsing, and we find out that her husband isn't coming, nor is her father. But she, plays it off like she's not bothered by it or anything like that. And then she gets to talking about how she gonna be done in 4 minutes because she got to go backstage and get her hair and makeup and stuff done. And they like, girl, especially Elijah was like, you need to practice, girl. You need to practice. Like, they'll wait. This is your show. Like, the people will wait. We'll close the door so can't nobody get in here. They will wait because you ain't gonna be getting on stage making all of us look crazy. But it's the way that Elijah was going about it, arguing with her and getting mad and frustrated, because that's not gonna help the situation at all. And even Jay Brooks in his confessional was like, yeah, Bree was tripping. But Shana and was it Shana? Shana and Tasha? Or Shana and Nikki was just basically like, he need to chill. Like, he doing way too much. Like, once again, Elijah's doing too much and acting like this is his show. So Bree ends up performing, and she comes out in this gold dress with a little Claire's a necklace or something around her head, child, and some old lady gloves. It was all right, but okay. She starts to sing. She sounds nice. I don't really know what the songs was giving. But she immediately starts crying when she talks about the fact that her dad couldn't be there. And it has the other cast members wondering, like, why does she try to pretend like it doesn't bother her nor hurt her, that her family isn't there to support her when it obviously does. She then sings this satirical song about vaginas being evil, and everybody is sitting there like, what? Huh? What? Like, Elijah's like, wrap it up. The band was even looking at each other like, don't. Like, what the fuck is we talking about? Yeah, she need to cut that part out the show, girl. So then, as the show is ending, Elijah is crying because he feels like he has created a masterpiece in Bree. Jay Brooks, however, feels like the performance was okay, which it was, to be honest with you. And then we see Tasha running across the stage to the back. And it's like, girl, you couldn't have went the other way and went to the bathroom out in the hallway, like just doing too much. Doing team too much for me. It was giving very much I'm putting on for the cameras. She runs to the back and runs into the bathroom talking about she's sick, she throwing up. Elijah and Nikki like, what's wrong with you? You better not be pregnant. They automatically saying that she pregnant, and she's like, I'm going through a divorce. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't bit more think that girl pregnant. I think that was a storyline for a dun for season 2. I think that was all for play. I really do. It just seemed forced. It didn't even seem real. I don't think that Carlos and them probably put her up to do that. I think WeTV did, because they on WeTV and they love faking the scene over there. But yeah, that didn't give real to me. That was like the most fake thing I've seen on this show all season. Overall, I'm going to give season 1 of Grown and Gospel an A-. It was good. I really, truly enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of the cast members. Would have loved to see Shana more because I think she was the voice of reason in a lot of instances. I would love to see more of her family and what was going on in her life outside of her just showing up in that blue metallic coat looking like she's straight off planet Mars. I would have loved to see more of that, but yeah, I love Grown and Gospel. I would love to see them come back for a season 2. I think that they should add maybe 1 or 2 more people. 1 or 2 more people can be added to the mix, especially on the male side, because they have 4 girls and 2 guys. They really need either a 3rd guy or maybe even a 4th guy. Let's get 2 more guys up in the mix as well. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the season finale. Do you guys want to see a season 2? Let me know down below in the comment section. And did you think that the whole vomiting scene was real? Let's talk. Make sure you guys thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell button. You guys, I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.